computer. All right.
Okay, got it.
Wow. Oh, got it. She's already on the one to the right. I know, I saw. Are you okay, Chris?
Yep, we're good.
Okay, I'm gonna pray and then we'll start. Or if someone else wants to pray. Morgan, do you want to pray?
Sure. Loving Father, Papa, we just thank you for this evening. We thank you, Father, for your language. Father, just open our hearts, our minds to the learning that you have for us. I pray a blessing over LaRon, that Father, we just thank her, and Father, give her your favor, your grace for all that she's doing to teach us, Lord. Thank you for this time. Thank you that we may learn all that we can know about you. In Yeshua's name, amen.
Amen. Thank you. Okay, awesome. So as I promised, today we're gonna learn Nikud. Nikud is the vowels that make each word sound or letter sound the way it does when it has these little dots underneath and lines. It's like a totally different language. But really, you know, the point is, oh, I'm gonna let Lisa in. Yay, Lisa's joining us. Okay, great. So, hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, LaRon. How are you?
Welcome. Good.
Thank
Good to see
Good
you.
to be here.
Or good to hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I'll mute.
So you don't have to mute. You just because maybe when I ask questions. Lisa, were you able to watch the first two lessons?
I did not know. I just skimmed over the first one. I did skim over it, but I have taken Hebrew a little bit before, just a little.
Okay. Okay.
But I believe I need it. I need it.
Okay, good. So I'm gonna teach vowels tonight. So
Okay.
even if you don't know the letters technically, this will help you.
Okay, good.
But yeah, I would definitely, if you want to go over the letters, then watch the first and the second classes.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, great. Hopefully that helped all of you. Okay, question. Do you remember the alphabet?
Yes.
Yes? From
Right.
beginning to end, do you know the alphabet?
Well, pretty well.
All the letters?
All
Close
the
enough.
letters, do you know?
No.
Okay,
Not yet.
not, but I just wondering. Okay, just want to know because I just want to know if the way that I've been teaching you has been helping you remember, or if it's
The problem is not your teaching.
it's the time that you take at home. Yes,
It's the age.
yes,
It's
that's
the
true.
age.
No,
not-
don't say it's the age. Okay.
Okay.
Break it off. Oh, okay. Let's
Now,
start.
I did listen to a couple of songs on YouTube.
Oh, good.
One was really fast. I'm like, forget that. And then there was another one that was a little bit slower. So they were both good.
Songs help. Really, they
Yeah.
really help learn Hebrew. So I recommend watching even music videos like the ones I've sent you in the group. And I'm gonna actually send you a comedy in Israel that we watch, and it's one of my favorites. It's basically a comedy. It's like SNL, but for us, it's like it's not SNL. It's different. They're at a supermarket, and it's the whole Israeli culture in one supermarket.
Oh,
It's
wow.
hilarious. So once you understand, you know, and you can see it with subtitles. So once you understand it with the humor, you know, you understand the humor, the Israeli humor, you hear laughter and stuff. So it'll be good. It'll be good to watch those shows. So
Cool.
I'll send you the good stuff. And it's not vulgar, so it's a good show to watch. Okay. I wouldn't send you something that is. Okay, so A, E, I, O, U. You know these sounds. And in Hebrew, they don't look like they are in English, because in Hebrew, we don't have letters that are vowels. We have letters are letters, and the vowels are the dots and the lines that come underneath them or in them or beside them. And I'll go through all of them. So we're gonna start with ah, easiest. And ah just has two symbols. And let me tell you what their name is. This one is kamatz. Kamatz is the name of this little T. It's like a little T.
Spell kamatz.
Kamatz. So if you see this sababa, oh, spell kamatz. Here, I'll show you how it's spelled. See that?
Oh,
Where is it?
yeah.
Oh.
Where is it?
On the top.
Okay, how about English?
Oh, right. Sorry.
There she is.
Hey, Lisa.
I don't see it.
Hey, Lisa.
Let me write it in English for you.
Kamatz.
So ka
Okay.
ma.
Oh,
Do you see that?
Easy.
Kamatz. Kamatz. Because it's the tzadik sound at the end of the word. And this is how you would spell it in Hebrew. Kamatz. And if you added the vowels to it, this is how they would look. And I just want disclaimer, vowels are not my strongest suit, but I do know how to teach it. But I don't use it because when Israelis write to each other, they don't use vowels, just so you know. Vowels are only used in the Bible and in certain books. Certain books, not all books.
Okay.
And maybe the newspaper too. Sometimes. Not all newspapers.
So how do you know when to pronounce a vowel?
You learn Hebrew.
You just
That's
learn
the-
the words.
You
And
learn,
you just
yeah,
know.
you learn the language. Because once you learn the language, this is really what I like to call these are like your when you're learning how to ride a bike, it's
Mhm.
like your extra, how do you call those wheels that you put on for
Training wheels.
training wheels? These are your training wheels.
Okay.
And so you need them to begin reading in Hebrew.
Okay.
To begin understanding the vowel sounds when you read Hebrew, you need to have the vowels. But
Okay.
once you know Hebrew, you don't need that anymore. But in the
Okay.
Bible, you need it because you don't want to make a mistake on what word it is.
Oh, Laron.
So you
Was
have to be very specific. Yeah.
Laron was your first language or your second?
Hebrew?
Was English your first language or Hebrew your first language?
Both at the same time because I grew up with a dad that spoke English and my mom spoke Hebrew.
Interesting. Okay.
So I don't remember what I remembered first, but I know that I knew Hebrew because I grew up in Israel. I mean, so I was
Yes.
born and raised there. So
Okay.
yeah, but I knew.
okay, Laurent, I have a question about the word kamatz.
Yeah,
So you spell with the kuf, a mem, and is that a tzadi?
yeah, that's the. Oh yeah, I didn't teach you the last ending letters, but this is a tzaddik. It's that ends that you end a word with.
The final Zodic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a final tzaddik. So it's
Okay,
not a
so-
normal tzaddik. Normal tzaddik would be like, oh, sorry, that was totally bad.
I thought that was
Look at
a
that. Don't look at that. That's a normal tzaddik.
Yeah, yes. that's
Ending
normal.
tzaddik.
Okay.
Okay. So, okay, cool. Let's move on to e. E is when you put 2 dots underneath a letter, or when you put 3 dots underneath a letter. And let me show you how it looks on this chart. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
The dots? The circles are just an example of like if you put a letter there to give you the sizing.
See.
And that makes the S sound. So this one is called sire. So let me delete these, or let me, which is like re. is it's when you do two dots. Okay, so it's when you do two dots, and I'm just gonna use X as my example. X. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So tire, do you see that?
Not well. Okay, that's good.
When you put like, let's say this is a letter. Let me put a letter there. Lamed is a good letter because it's my favorite letter. No, just kidding. But so let's put lamed there as an example. And that's your tire. And then you have tire malé. So tire malé is a full tire because malé means full. So tire malé is how you would pronounce it. And it's the two dots. And I'll put a lamed there just for an example. Wow, that's a horrible lamed. Don't look at that. Yeah, you see it?
Uh-huh.
That's a tire malé.
Mele, M-E-L-E.
Yeah,
Malé.
M-A-L-E.
Okay, couldn't say that. M-A-L-E. And the tire, that's just the one. Does it have something to the side of the lamed plus the two
Yes,
dots?
it's a yud. So this is the
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I see.
And
I
so
got
this would make a sound of lay, because the lamed has a le sound, but then if you put a yud after it, it's lay. So it's a tire. It actually sounds like the word tire, lay. And then if you say tire malé, it would just be the two dots under the letter. Okay, and then you have the three dots here, and that would be called segol. Segol. So I'm gonna write that for you. Oops, sorry. Segol. That's how I would write it. It's S-E-G-O-L. Segol. And example under a lamed would look like this. Le. Le. As you can see, this lamed looks different than this lamed, and so does this lamed. They all look very different because I'm writing from the side.
That doesn't have a yod?
No, segol. Segol doesn't have a yud. It's just three dots under the word or the letter. Yeah, it looks like a grape, like a little grape cluster of three.
okay. And so on so what are the different sounds?
Yeah, this one would be an sound under the e. Yeah. The first one that I taught you was ah. That's why it's under the letter. Yeah, I put it under the letter here, so you can see.
Does the two dots have a yud with the lamed, but the three dots doesn't?
No.
Why?
Because you don't need it there. It's the same. It's basically the same vowel sound. Le, and then this one is just showing you that it could be next to a yud. Le. So if you see this in a word, okay, like I'll give you an example. Shayna. Maybe Shayna is a good word. To go to or sleep. Shayna. Sleeping. So Shayna would be like this. You would do shin, sa, sha. I think that's a sa and that's a sha. So then shay. So then you would have that. And then na. I think it would be like this. So you write shayna like this. Sorry, forget about the green dots all around, but just look at the blue. Shayna would be that tire. Do you understand? Or is it a little hard?
Yeah. So what we
Just
have
when
to
a
be,
yud, it's just when a yud comes after that letter, it still makes the e sound, but you just have two options here. So you have tire and you have tire male. It's two options. And then if you have the three dots, it's segol. It's a different name for each one of the shape of the dots and vowels.
So what separates the sire and the sire malay is the yod.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on. So now, oh, I also need to put this for you so you can see it later. The sa and the sha. So I'll put it here just for sa and the sha. Okay. And that will be with a sheen, and I'll teach you all about that. This is a sa, and this is a sha. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Oh, so okay, now we're gonna move on. So we got the a, and we did the e, and now we're gonna go to the e sound. Okay.
so just backtrack for me for a second.
Yes.
So on the commands,
Yes.
the sound is a long a sound.
It's just
Ah. So
Yeah.
that is a
It's same as
short
English, right? When
short
you-
a.
Yes.
That would be a short a sound.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay.
When you
And
learn-
the,
So
and
it's
then
same as in English, right? You have the vowels. So is the same sound. So it's e,
eh,
o, u.
eh,
Same as
eh.
in English when you learn the vowels, but we just use dots for them and different symbols underneath the letters or inside of them or on the
Is
top.
there any sound? Why would you?
What was it?
I'm still trying to figure out why do we care if there's two dots or three dots, and if there's a yud in front.
That I didn't create the vowels in Hebrew, so that I wouldn't know how to answer you why, but it's just there. It's just that it exists, you know, it's the existence of it. So that's why I'm teaching you all of the different types. I personally, maybe there is a reason, but I just don't know it. I haven't learned that reason why there
Okay.
is.
Okay.
Is-
Chris. Yeah, go ahead. Chris.
Sorry.
ahead.
Natalie wants to know if it's useful in talking.
In talking, you wouldn't. So when you're talking, you're not. You shouldn't be thinking of the vowel. I mean, if it helps you, like training wheels, if it helps you remember the vowels, then just whatever it is, it's e and e. It's the same sound, but it's just it
Eh.
looks different. Same sound looks different.
Okay. So it doesn't really matter then is what I'm getting. It's still the S
Doesn't-
sound.
It doesn't
It doesn't-
matter. I haven't, you know, maybe I can look up why, if there's certain letters and certain uses of vowels in certain letters or a certain way. But when I grew up learning this, we were just taught that these are the vowels and how they look. We
I
weren't
think what
learning-
I think what we struggle with, or I struggle with, is that we have to remember there are no vowels, but we're taking consonants and creating vowels by these markings.
Yeah.
So let's just say that it's a resh.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Take any letter out of the alphabet. So you wanted resh.
A
Yeah.
resh.
Okay. Let me do it a big one so you see it.
Yeah. And
One big
let's
one.
yeah, just show us like, okay, there's a resh.
Resh.
Now you
Okay,
want it
so
to
now-
be
Yeah, I understand. I'm doing
okay.
it.
So there's RA.
So resh,
There's
this would make the ra sound. Ra.
ra.
Now, or if it would be like this, or it would be just one line underneath it, right? Ra.
Ra.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
This would make the re sound. Re.
Re.
Ah.
Re. Yeah, you
Like
understand?
like
These are the sounds.
R-E, like R-E-Y. Re.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Or you can do this. Re.
Re. Okay.
This would make the ri sound. Ri,
Ri.
ri, I,
Yes.
ri. Okay?
Ah,
You understand?
yes.
Now, with this one, you can only do it with you have a vav. So let's do this one. Vav. This is the letter vav. Okay? O. If you put aleph here, okay, that's an aleph. O. This would make the oo sound. Wait, sorry. O. This would make the O sound. Now, how I remember O is this is how my teacher taught me. She said, light comes from above, and the word for light in Hebrew is O, right? O. So remember, O, if you have a dot from above, it's like your light is from above. So it's O, O. Then if you have an oo sound, which is a U sound, your dot would move to the middle of your stomach. And it would be like, ooh, like someone is giving you a punch in the stomach. Ooh. So that's how I remember it. So imagine the Vav is you, is a person. And if we punch him in the stomach, he makes a ooh sound. But if we punch him on, or if we put light on top of him, it would make a oh sound. So like, yeah. You
And
understand?
so, okay, and so that's only for the Vav though?
Yeah. Well, it's only for the Vav. Yes. Yes. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Did we skip over the I?
Yeah, we
That's-
just skimmed over it. I'm just showing you examples, and then we'll go.
Okay.
And then with so now back to E.
Morgan.
I love you all. Okay.
We love you. We're
So-
Lenny.
Yes. So let me take Gimel. Okay, Gimel is the G sound, right? The G sound. So G. So if I put a dot underneath Gimel, that would make it sound like this. Gi. Gi. But usually, and please don't let this confuse you, but usually if you want to get the Gi sound, you would put a Yud right after the Gimel.
Oh, that just confuses me.
No, that's why I said try not to let it confuse you. But right now we're just learning the vowels, so we'll learn the Yud afterwards. Some words, okay, there's, I think, a few letters. So there's Yud and Vav. Yeah, Yud and Vav are your main letters that would change, like that would maybe be helping vowel sounds in your word. Okay, those are the two letters.
I can see that because a lot of time a Vav is a connector,
Yes. So
like
let's
in the
say,
like in the word shalom.
yes, exactly. So in the word shalom, you have a vav after the lamed and before the mem sofit, and you get that o sound, which would be you're above the head, above the vav, right? Shalom, o.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, so you would have and well, we'll get there, but that you would have that vav there to help connect that and to make that sound of a o sound. But that's why you would want to put the O sound above the Vav. Instead of saying shalom, you would say shalom, not shalom. That just sounds weird.
So if you put the dot,
Huh? Sorry.
if you put the dot below the Vav, then it's V?
Aviv. Yeah, you actually, well, no, sorry, don't listen to that one. So I'm trying to think of a word that has that, and I can't really think of it.
So right now the Vav is with the
Vilon.
O.
Okay, no. I have a word for you. Look, I feel like I'm from my big fat Greek wedding tonight. Okay, vilon. Give me a word, any word, and I'll show you. So vilon in Hebrew, I'm just giving you an example
Oh, good.
because I think examples. Oh. So vilon. So this is vilon. Now we didn't learn the last letter of a nun, but this is how the last letter of a nun looks like. The ending letter. Okay.
It's a final noon.
The final
Final noon.
nun. Okay. So this is vilon. Vilon means curtain. Curtain. The curtain of a shower or of a window. So vilon has the V sound. Right?
Yes.
So
Right.
this would be an example when you put a V sound for the vav.
Now,
There's
why
not
did
a
you-
lot of words like this, but yeah, because usually vav is a connecting letter, as Morgan was saying. And later on in the word, you could see vilon is the vav is used as a connecting letter. So you would say on here, right? Because it's connecting the lamed to the nun, and it would be sounding lon. It would make.
That's actually a good example, Oran.
Yeah.
That's actually a good
Thank
example.
you. I appreciate
Good
it.
example.
And again, the yud is there for what purpose in the beyond?
To make the V sound. So again, so you have the E sound, but okay, so this is why Israelis don't really need the vowels, right? Because if we look at this letter, at this word, sorry, after we take away the Nikud, we know that this means vilon, because
Yeah.
I know the yud is there. I know that's what it's gonna say. If I took away the yud, then I would be like, vilon? Is that a name? Because like we don't have the word lon. Not that I know of. Maybe it's an ancient word. I don't know.
So on the I sound,
Yes.
you either have a dot under the consonant or you have a yod. Yes.
Yes.
And
correct.
those create
The same
the-
E sound.
the I sound.
Yes.
E.
Mhm. E.
And that's a long E sound.
Yes. E.
Okay.
A, E, O, U. Yeah.
E. Long E.
Mhm.
So all of you who took English, so capital E with a long line above it, and that will give you that pronunciation. E. Yeah.
Already write that down. Okay.
Look, I'm teaching teachers. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, okay. So moving on. Okay. So now that we are here in this world.
No, wait, did we do you?
Yeah, now we're doing it. We're
Okay.
doing it. We're doing it.
Don't leave me.
E-E-I.
So
We already did O.
we're actually going to O now. We're going to
Oh,
So O, we did go through it, but I just touched upon it. So again, I'm gonna give you the example of the Vav. Let's say Vav was a human. I'm gonna draw a little smiley face here. I don't know, that's bad. Let me redo that. Let's say
okay.
Vav,
So if it's a
has
Vav
hair.
and it's at the top, it's Vo.
Yes. Look, I'm gonna put a nose and a little smiley. Can you see that? I don't even know. That's too small. Let me.
That's the one.
You see that?
So we did over you.
That's your Vav. This is Mr. Vav, okay? Now,
Alright.
Mr. Vav, if we put a light above his head, which this is the light, it's gonna make that O sound. O. So, O. O. Because the light comes from above. And the word O means light. Okay? Now, if I take away this light and the darkness come in and punches him in the stomach,
Oh, wow.
it's gonna make the oo sound. And that's gonna give you that U sound. Ooh. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So
For
now,
you.
so now, so now if I take, okay, so now if I take a different letter, by Vav, by Mr. Vav, okay? So now if I take a different letter, let's say I take no, let's say I take taf, 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 okay? And I put the O sound on the left of him, above his head, but to the left. That would give me the O sound, to.
Ah, like tov.
Yeah, but you wouldn't use that taf, you would use tet for tov, because that wouldn't be spelled correctly. So if I'm spelling tov, which is a good example, I would spell it like this. To,
With a tet, with a tet.
yes. And actually, because I have a vav after the tet, I don't need that, but maybe they have that in there. Let me just look it up. Tov, but that would spell tov. And then, because that has the O sound. So,
Okay.
let me just
Okay. So are these words with the tav as a connector?
With the what?
With the vav is the connector?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I'm trying
So,
to think of the word.
so like when we say bokotov, that's the word for that, T-O-V, right?
Yes, boker tov. Yes.
Bokotov. Okay, so it's a tet. The vav is a connector that is telling us the vowel sound. Yes. The vav is carrying the vowel sound.
Yes. Yes.
Not the other two consonants, not the
No.
the tet or
No.
the
But here we go. So this leads us to the next phase. Because do we understand this, by the way? The O and the U, the O and the U sound.
Yes.
Okay.
oh sure.
Halfway.
We'll go over it again if we have questions. But honest, do you have questions now with that sound?
Mm-mm.
The O and the U? Okay.
That's good.
Because really just remember that the O, if you put it on the other side of a word, will give you that O sound. But usually you would have the vav in between to help you with that.
That's what I don't understand, Laurent, is for the O sound, the vav always there?
I'm trying to find a word, so let me think of it a moment.
So let's just go back to, is there a word that would be like R-O something?
Yes, I have a word.
Okay.
Give me any word, right?
Give me a
Give
word.
me any vowel. Let me see. The Holy Spirit is helping me. Okay. The word for head in Hebrew is rosh. Let's spell it out, because this does not have a vav in it, surprisingly. Rosh. This is how you write rosh in Hebrew, without a vav. But it has a resh, an aleph, and a shin at the end. So now, if you have the shin sound, which by the way, we're gonna get there. But here, let's just spell this out, rosh. So O would have this dot right here. Rosh. And the aleph would be silent in this case. But this would be rosh for you. Do you see that?
Rosh.
Is
With
that,
the Rosh. How do you
That's a
spell
dot.
it?
yeah, how do you spell it?
Oh,
R-O-S.
R-O-S-H.
Okay, good. Yes. Okay, so I'm tracking. All right, good.
So
Rosh.
let me just go in. 1 second. Rosh and Nikud. Oh, I can't find Nikud. There's a website. Oh, actually, let me share this with you. There's a website that if you put a word in it, it will give you the way that you put the vowels in.
Oh,
Yeah, I looked it up earlier.
Okay, so Laurent, rosh, we all know that like it. Okay, is head. So do you need the marking above the R as well as the sheen to get the O sound?
No, sheen, the reason I put the dot on the sheen is to give it the sh sound. We're
Ah,
gonna learn that soon. Yeah, because there's a
ah,
and there's a sa.
thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so you have the dot above the resh,
Mm-hmm.
but it's at the end and it's not directly in the middle. So is that what you do? You put it at the end above?
Yes, the end above.
Okay, at the end of, okay, the marking.
Yes.
So can I ask you,
Yes.
whenever these words have blends, blend sounds like we have blah, sma in English,
Uh-huh.
are you always going to have, I forget what you call the little dots. What happened?
Oh, sorry. I need to put, okay, so let me just, sorry. There we go. No, that's not what I want to do. Okay, there we go. Do you see my screen? You see?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So this is this the one? Learn Hebrew. No, that's not what I wanted. JR is on Nikud. Okay. So this is where I'm gonna send you the link for this in our group. And this is where you would go automatically add Nikud. So this is where they show you how to add. Okay. So this
Wow.
is
Because the dot at the top is called a nikud, right?
Nikud.
yes. Now you have to learn Hebrew to read their website, apparently. So, so if you have questions about how to get there, but I'll send you the link. Now, if you get the Hebrew letters inserted into your computer, I'm about to show you what it will look like. So what did we want to look? Oh, gosh. Let's look at how they spell this. Yep, exactly like I did. So that would be how you spell wash with that type of nikud. Now, down here, you can see these different examples. Do you see my mouse, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, so you can see here, there's another example. Fish. But we want wash. That's the word we're going for. And this is rash, I guess. But I don't recognize these words, so we're gonna stick to this one, rosh, which means head. Okay?
Okay.
So that's what we're going for here. Anyways, okay, let me continue on. And okay,
We
let
would only use that if we had English words and we were putting them into Hebrew to see how they would spell it.
yeah, you would have to use a Hebrew.
Right.
So look, this is the word I was showing you before, vilon.
Mhm.
And so you would have the dot underneath the first vav to make that E sound, right? But then you would have the O on top of the vav, the second vav, to make that O sound.
Okay.
So that's how you get, are you starting to get an understanding?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little complicated, and that's the reason I don't really, I don't recommend being so dependent on Nikud, because the point is to learn Hebrew, and you want to learn Hebrew and to get familiar with the language, so much so that you don't need these vowels. But this is still important to know when you're reading the Bible in Hebrew. You understand? Because the Bible in Hebrew is very complicated, and there's words there that some of them I don't even know. So I need to know how to say them correctly to try and grasp what they actually mean, because that goes into the grammar of Hebrew and like how a word is built and like the root of a word, and that's a whole nother thing, but we're not there yet. So let's just stick to the beginning. So this is but Hebrew goes very deep, just so you know. It's like the deeper you go, it's like a maze, and you have to find it.
Okay, so on the letter A, it was only called the accent was only called a kamatz, correct?
Yes, on the letter A, it was a kamatz.
Okay, and with the letter E, we had the terimale, and the sigol.
It was sire
Tere,
malay.
Malay.
So it's the tzadi. Si.
Okay, and the sigol, correct?
And the segol.
Yeah, and so when you get to the I, and they're underneath the constant, are those only called nikuds?
No. Nikud is the word for all of this, for all of the vowels. That's what we call it, nikud, in Hebrew. So actually, a good point, because I didn't even teach you how to say that. But nikud is basically dots, nikud. That's literally the meaning of the word. Is like, it comes from the word nikudot, which means, or lenaked, which means like dots. So
Okay.
nikud. So that's how you would say the word. You see that?
Nikud, uh-huh.
And that's how you would spell. These are vowels. Nikud. You see that? I don't know if you see that. Oh, sorry. Nikud. Okay. So that's just how you call all of this.
All of this, all of the vowels are called nikuds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly. Okay, so
Can you
now,
put your board back on the main screen? Because what I see right now is just the computer website.
oh, sorry. Yes, let me get out of it. Thank you for reminding me. Stop.
Want to be able to see the board.
Okay.
There we go.
you go.
Thank you.
And actually, let me put me on the big screen. How do I do that?
So
Okay.
I guess what my question is, what are the markings called for the I and the O?
1 second.
Because the A and E had names to their markings. Does the I and the O have names to their markings?
Yeah, one. I'm trying to figure this out because I want to, later on when people watch this, I want them to be able to, immersive? That's not what I wanted. Forget about it. Forget about it. Okay, gallery. How do I make, okay, there we go. Choose.
Morgan, I think that the I, O, and U just have a nikud that's just a dot. One is under the letter, one is above the letter, and one is at the middle of the letter.
Yeah,
Is
you
that
have
right, Laura?
different, okay, you have different areas where you put the nikud. So when we're going for the a, e sounds, they're all under the word. Oh, they're all under the letter. Sorry. So a is under the letter, e is under the letter, and e is under the letter. When it comes to o, that's above the letter, the o sound. When it comes to u, that's in the stomach. Remember, in the stomach of the letter. And here's another thing that I forgot to. Actually, u is also has under the letter, because there's another one, and that's not a good one, not a good example. Let me give you a better example of that. I'm gonna delete this. No. Okay. Okay, that would be your oo sound. This and this. This is with the vav, and this would be for a letter like any, I'm trying to think of a letter. So like, let's say noon, let's say you put noon there. So it would just be a noon sound. Okay.
And the other marking is just a dot underneath the U.
Oh, this one? Yeah, this would be under the letter.
Uh-huh. And the one above it, okay, is just a dot
In the
What is
middle of the vav.
in the middle of the vav.
Yes, that's your vav right there. See that? Okay. So now we have, sorry, I almost forgot this. There's a dagesh. Forgot to say it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Dagesh is the one. Yeah.
Okay, let me do that. So bet or pe, because it can also be a P and a F. So I need more room. Okay.
So the dagesh is for what letter?
So
Vowel?
For the bet.
I'm gonna explain it now.
Okay.
So okay. Okay, so let's first go to the sh and s sound. Okay, the sh and the s. So this would be used for your sheen and your seen sound. So it's the same letter, right? Sheen, same letter, but when you have a dot on the left side of and top left side of the sheen, it would make the s sound, s, just like an S. But if you would put it on the right side, top right side of your sheen, it would make the sh sound, the sh sound. Does that make sense?
So with,
Yeah.
so without the dot, it's just an S sound.
No.
Yes.
Without the dot? No, you have a dot on both of them, right? So you have a
Okay.
dot on the left side on the S sound, but on the sh sound, you would have it on the right side.
And the sound for the sheen on the left, I'm not hearing you very good. So what is that sound?
This one?
Uh-huh.
S, like S.
Just
what
like
you said.
S.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Or a soft C, like a soup.
Yeah.
So what I was going to ask is on the blends, do all the blends have one of these Nikuts on them?
The blends? What do you mean?
Like SH, BL, SM, SMA, blah.
Oh,
SMA.
you can. So there's another vowel sound, and it's a good question, Linda. So this one is called shva. So it's spelled like this, shva, shva. Right. So what you would have is oh, sorry, can't see it. So this is your sheen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the dot would be on here, and then
Yeah.
these two dots underneath it,
Underneath. Okay.
and it's just a sh sound,
Okay.
and that would make shva, that word sound like shva, like sh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not really a vowel. It's kind of hard to explain that one, but that's basically what the sound is making. It's like a sh. It's like kind of like a very soft sound.
Okay.
What does it mean?
Shva, it's just the name of that nikud, of that vowel.
Oh.
So you spell it like this in English. It's probably hard to, yeah, shva.
So with the two little dots underneath it, it makes the instead of the
It's kind of like a silent sound. It's like a
Yeah.
sound. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Very like not, you can barely even hear I think they just added that nikud for the sake of it because I really don't understand its existence, but yes, it's there. It does exist. And then you have the next thing is a dagesh. Oh, did I tell you what the name of the O and the U sound are?
No.
No, I
No.
didn't. Oh, this part. Okay, so the O sound, back to the O sound. Oh, maybe it's better if I do it like this. Is this better? Okay, there we go. So if I do the O sound, it's called this one with the, sorry, is that my O or that? Oh, wait a moment. Oh, I also have this. This is going to be a little confusing. Okay. we're just concentrating on this. So this is your O sound. So this would be cholam male. This is kind of hard to say. So cholam is this one. Wait, is it that one?
I can't see that.
I can't see what kind of mark that is. Yeah.
Oh, let me just 1 second.
I guess that's what I was asking you. I was asking you about the E had 3 different names to it. I was trying to figure out if the O and the U had names to their marking.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna tell you how they sound like, the word. So this one is called the cholam male. Male. Cholam male, which is under the O sound. O, okay? So when you put a letter and then a vav, that's your vav, and it has the dot above it. That's the name.
Oh, I see. So the X represents any consonant.
Yeah, any letter.
Any letter.
Yes.
Okay, now I get it.
Sorry.
Okay.
Did I thought I mentioned
now I was
that.
trying to figure out what the X was. Okay, so that just represents any letter.
Yes,
plus,
just
plus
like in math, any letter, any
any
number.
letter plus the vav.
Yes.
And the vav
And then
carries.
fill the rest of the T.
That's the cholam male. Okay, that's what it's called. But then if this is really not important to know the word, like what you call the nikud, but I guess it is, because if you want to, well, I guess it's always good to know more stuff. Okay, cholam, and then this one is cholam chaser. So this one would be also, the word male means full, and the word chaser means something is missing. Chaser. Okay, so this one is cholam chaser, and this one is cholam male. This one is chaser because it doesn't have the vav after it. But this one is male because it does have the vav.
So it's like you use Rasha or Rosh and you put it above that consonant, that is Kalam Geser.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Because there was no vav.
it's missing a vav, so it's missing.
Okay.
That's why we're calling it chaser, because that's the word missing. But then if you have cholam male, which is the one underneath it, that's male means fullness of, or it's full. So that's the fullness of it. Cholam male. Okay. Now we're gonna go to u. Oh wow, this took a whole class to just teach the vowels. But I'm gonna go a little over. Is that okay? Because I just want to put a few words in there for you for this week. So, and I'm not even gonna have time to teach you numbers today, but we'll do that maybe next week. Okay, so this one is kubutz. That's how you say it. Kubutz. Oh wait, sorry. This one is shuruk. These have silly words, but shuruk is the name of this one.
And what is that one that you're pointing to? My screen, I
The
just
sound. It's the U. Just look at the. Yeah, let me put that.
it's a U, and what is the marking on it?
This one is the vav with the u that gets punched in the stomach.
Okay.
Yeah, shuruk. That's a
Shuruk.
The name for what? Sure.
The name of this vowel sound.
That's the name of the vowel. Sure.
Shuruk. Of this dot. The name of this dot. Each dot has a name. So, shuruk. Okay? And then The
That's
kibbutz is the one underneath it. So let me do this. Kibbutz, which sounds like kibbutz. Do you know what a kibbutz is?
Yes.
the place in Israel with the boots.
Cool boots. It sounds like cool boots as well. So
Boots.
kibbutz. This is this one, the 3 dots. in
And the
the-
3-dot one, would it appear with a vav, or will it only
no,
appear
that would be without a vav.
without a vav, and he's
Well,
just would
sometimes,
appear?
you know, sometimes maybe they will have that and that together. So just so you know, okay, it's like, because I need to find an example for you. It's like sometimes you'll have a word that has so many vowels on it, but don't panic. It's just they're giving you each identification of each letter. It's like you're getting the fullness of each letter. So you might get both of these right next to each other in the same word. Okay?
Oh my.
But
But it's
that shouldn't
ooh.
confuse you. It should help you. Because it makes
Just
it,
means really ooh.
so let's say this word, cool boots. It has the three letters, and then it also has a vav. Do you see that? With the dot in the middle. Ooh. So
Yeah.
it's making that ooh sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it kind of goes back to that connector role that Morgan was referencing before.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So LaRon, can we get a copy of that vowel sheet? Can
Yeah,
you send?
I can make when I see you on Friday, if you want a copy of this, please let me
Yes.
know, and I can make copies for you for all of
Okay.
you, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
would be
$500 each. No, just kidding. So next one, I just want to get these done for today because this way you can start reading. What I really want to do for you is that you can already start reading like really simple words in Hebrew and try to, if you know the alphabet and you know the Nikud and you know these the vowel sounds and the different ba and the va and the sha and the sa, you're able to read. It might take you longer, but you will still be able to build up the puzzle in your head of what this word actually is. And I'm going to send you very easy material to read this week. Okay? So no panicking. Just do the best that you can. And then next week we can always talk about it. So bless you. Okay.
Sorry.
So before we leave tonight.
I think the only thing you didn't mention was what happens with the bet.
Yes, and I'm showing you right now.
Okay.
So before we, yeah. Morgan is an excited student. So
Yeah.
this is your sha and the sa as we went through before. And so okay, this is how you recognize, this is another paper. So this one is your sheen with the sh sound, right? It's on the, sorry, let me look at this. Yeah, it's on your right side, so it would make the sh sound. So we call it shin yemanit. Shin yemanit. Yamin makes it's the word right. You're right. So this is my yad yamin. This is my right hand. And then if it would be shin smalit, it's my left hand. So yad small. So so if you have a shin yaminit, it makes the sh sound. And if you have a shin smalit, it makes the sa sound.
Okay, you're going to write that in English for us.
Yes, the sh and the sa. So I will put a translation on this because you need that. Forget about that. That's how you do it on the computer. But this is how you do the sh and the sa sound. Okay? So I'll explain that a little more, and I'll also text you how to write that, okay? In the group. So don't think about that right now. I want to get through this before we leave. We have the B and the V sound. And that both falls on the bet, the letter bet. So remember, this is why I didn't teach you the aleph bet with the aleph bet vet, because that gets confusing. You have aleph bet. You don't have aleph bet vet. No, it's one letter that can change its sound. It's like a superhero letter. So this letter, just like the sheen, can change its sound. When you put a dot in the middle, it makes the B sound, like a bumblebee or bee. And then if you put no dot, if it's naked, it would make the V sound, V. Okay? And then there's another letter in the alphabet that does this. Can you tell me which one it is? If not, that's okay, because we don't have a lot of time.
It's cough and poof. No.
Oh, very close. There's actually two more letters that make that sound, that are superhero letters. That's what I'm going to call them. And it's kaf and ha.
Yes.
Yes. Good, good. Thank you for reminding me, by the way, because I almost forgot. And then say. And so there, again, you only have one letter, but if you add a dot in the middle, it changes. A dot in the middle of the pay changes. So if you have this is your kaf letter, right? But if it doesn't have anything in the middle, it would make it cha, sound like a chet. Cha. And I need to drink water right now, so I'm not making that noise a lot. But over here, you have the P. So, okay. P. If you put the dot in the middle, it makes that P sound. But if you don't put it, it makes that F sound. Whew. So, does that make sense?
Can you go over the again?
Over what?
Cough.
Cough? Yeah, one sec. Let me just take a sip of water because my throat is hurting. From all the fun. Okay, so you have the kaf and you have the chaf. Sorry, this is the kaf, so it's like a K sound. And this would be your CH sound, which is the ch sound.
Like Bach. Okay, that's what I needed. Like Bach, B-A-C-H, Bach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Okay. I think that's all for today because we went through a lot of vowels. Yeah.
What's the difference between K-O-F and K-A-F?
Kaf and kof.
Half and kof.
Koof. Koof.
Wait, what are you talking about?
She's talking about
between the kaf and the kuf?
two different
Yeah.
letters.
Really, it's just so if you're using, it's really just how you spell certain words. So in Hebrew, you have a lot of words, and some words you use a kuf with. So let's say kof, which is one of the words I wanted to teach you, but because I didn't teach you the ending letters yet. Kof is monkey, and that would make you would use the kuf letter to start that word with. And if you had kaf, you can spell kaf with, which means spoon in Hebrew.
It means what?
Spoon. So you wouldn't use kuf to spell kaf. That's all about spelling and just how you spell words. That's more grammar.
But isn't that important because the vowel is what makes it poof or cough? Is either an A or an O.
So that's where you can get confused. So just like in English, you need to learn how to write letters and or words. And there's certain words that you wouldn't use, let's say, I'm trying to think. You have certain words where you wouldn't even hear certain letters, but you use those letters anyways. So same thing in Hebrew. You have certain words where you put letters that you can't even hear, but then as well you have different letters that have the same sound, but you use them in different words. And you just need to know which words you use them in correctly. There's just
Okay.
rules, there's rules of words, and that's just learning the words. So that would just be by reading. The more you read Hebrew, the more you'll know how to spell. And how to spell words in Hebrew, you just need to read a lot.
It's like the words light and light. One is
Yes, one means
the
skin
light.
and one means light.
Yes. And so there's a lot of words like that. And I would
So,
tell my kids,
yeah.
you're only going to know when you read it.
Yes, and that's a
Yeah,
really
and-
good example is like that word or. So if I wrote, I'm just gonna do that quickly. If I wrote or, right? If I wrote it that way, it would mean light. So like a flashlight, or that's light, okay? But if I would spell or this way, that means skin. So you see the difference? That's a different letter, but it sounds the same.
That's an iron, right?
It's an ein instead of an I.
Yeah.
So you just have different words that have different meanings, and they sound the same, but they have different ways of spelling them.
So we just have to read it in context to really figure out.
Yes, exactly. Context is key. And that's why I said read, the more you read, the more you'll know.
Okay.
Okay. Before, wow, I'm going extra over, but does anybody need to leave? If anybody needs to leave, you can just leave. But if not, I'll just finish off the class like 5 more minutes. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Just for the sake of it, can anybody tell me how to say ice in Hebrew?
Oh,
Oh. Now she's
I
like,
had
baby,
it.
I think I should go now.
I do
You have
need
to
to go.
go. Kirash.
Close.
Kirash.
Terach. Good. Okay. Can anybody tell me how to say sorry, I didn't say anything. What makes this noise? Roof, roof, roof.
Gelev.
Yes. Okay. Kerev. What has 2 humps on its back, or sometimes 1 hump?
Kamal.
Yes, like camel. Okay. What is up in the sky tonight? Shining bright.
Moon.
Yeah. Moon.
Yeah.
How do you say man?
Ish.
Nice. How do you say woman?
Isha.
Isha.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. How do you say milk? I really want milk right now.
Kalav.
Kalav. Good. How do you say oh, my favorite animal. It has 2 wings. Butterfly. Good. How do you say heart?
Left.
Lev.
Left.
Nice. Okay, so I'm giving you. Oh, also, did I teach you this? I don't even know if I taught you that. Okay, I'm teaching it to you tonight. So, I'm just giving you a few words this week, and I'll send you the rest of the list on the group. But one is gonna be ish. Okay? And that means fire. and this is how you would write it, or this is how you would spell or pronounce it. Sorry.
Is it ESH? Yeah. Okay.
Ish. Okay.
Little dot over the right-hand side. Yep.
Yeah, and you're gonna actually do that this week. Your homework is to put the vowels. And you
So the
already have
dot
a
goes,
cheat sheet.
what does the dot go over?
The right side. The right side of the sheet.
To make the SH sound.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
What's fire?
Ish.
Ish.
And she.
What's fire? So ish. And then let's see. Let me just do you already have these words? Yeah, you already know them. So let's add them on. O and O. So this would be the same way of saying it. But this one means light. The top one means light. And the bottom ones mean skin. Okay? And so then I want to give you, I'm going to give you this word, pe, which you should also know. Does anybody know what pe means?
Mouth. I mean,
Mouth.
represents.
Yes. No, it actually means mouth.
Okay.
So that's the, and you would just say pe.
Okay.
Pe.
And what is that? The Hebrew sound
Pe.
when you say pay. Oh,
Mhm. Did I teach you? No, I don't think I even taught you that one. The sun, what means sun in Hebrew?
no.
Yay, okay, I get to teach you that. So shemesh means sun. Shemesh.
Turn the
Oh yeah,
What's-
sorry. Sorry, let's put a separation there.
Wait.
Sheen. Mem. Sheen.
And this means sun. Sun. Shemesh. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
So if you were to say son like daughter, son,
Mhm.
how is that different than Right,
That's
son.
different. Ben vebat. Ben bat. So ben would be boy and bat would be girl. And sometimes you would say bni, which is my son. So it's that we'll get into that. But if you want to
Okay.
boy and girl, I'll do ben. Oh, but that's with the nun sofit. So let me not do that because I didn't even go through that. But we can do regel.
Is Shemesh son is son as in boy and son?
No, it's
you
light.
No, it's just the sun.
Just
Oh,
the
okay.
sunshine.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So noon. Gimel.
No,
Lam.
that's a resh,
Resh.
Right.
gimel, lamed. And that's regel. That means foot. Or sorry, leg. It means leg. Okay?
No, not yet.
Yep.
Okay, and that's it. I'll give you all the rest
okay.
of them on the group. But yeah. Any questions?
Okay, so I know we're supposed to do this for homework, but how do we know which consonant to put the vowel, to connect the vowel to? Is there like a rule to follow? Like take regel.
Mhm.
Do we attach the dot to the resh? To the gimel or to the lamed?
So I'll send you the website and you can use that to help you. But I want you to try and get the answer.
Oh, you want us
Okay.
to figure that out?
Yes, I want you to figure that out.
Okay.
Yeah, well, send us the website. Okay.
Yeah, sending you the website, and you can choose on your keyboard which language you want to add, just to add, and you can add Hebrew on it. And so when you add Hebrew, you're able to just type in your letters, okay? Or you can go to a Hebrew keyboard on Google, just type it in, and it will pop up. You can use the Hebrew keyboard and type up the letters that you need, and then copy and paste them into that website, okay? That I'm gonna give you.
So just in general though, Laron, regel. So you would put the dagesh on the R and then on the gimel, because the L stands by itself. The lamed stands by itself. Would that be correct? You would do the markings on the resh and the gimel
Yes, correct.
so that you know how to say it after the consonant.
Yes.
Yeah. So re with a resh, so you're looking for that sound re, and then ge, you know, the ge. So it would be on the resh and the gimel, correct?
Yes.
And
Okay.
So because it's the E, it would be the little dots,
the 2 dots underneath.
2 dots underneath.
So I'm gonna head out, and I'm gonna leave it to you.
Bless your heart, you have to drive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna.
Thanks, Laron. Thanks
Okay,
so
love
much.
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You too. Bye-bye.
אני אוהבת אתכן. We'll get to that. I love you.
Okay, bye.
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 Bye.